G'day everyone. What a magnificent day for a road trip. Welcome back everyone. If you have subscribed to my channel or you're watching my videos, I just want to say a big shout out. Thank you for putting up with me for the last year or so. You know, today I'm heading out to Jindabyne, and I just want to pretty much keep it as short as possible, and made a few changes to this year, and even after coming to a point of just about giving up on going on YouTube. But the fact is I still love making videos and making memories and getting out on the bike, so I'll talk a bit more about that later. But at the moment, look at this beautiful scenery. Look at this. I was just heading down the river road towards Walwa, and a couple of gentlemen passed me with their bikes, so at a nice speed, so I thought I'd keep up with them. And here we are riding just past where the fires were, near Mount Lawson and Walwa, just outside of Walwa. Look at the devastation. We suffered some real big heat waves. You know, we just had some hot weather, dry weather, and then we had the fires. And you know, what can you say? How do you put words to it? You know, I couldn't imagine what the people went through that suffered through that. But yeah, that was the remains of the fires. Now we're heading up to Walwa, and these gentlemen, I'm just sort of keeping up with them. It's funny, you know, you're riding alone at your own pace, and all of a sudden someone else passes you, and then you sort of, what's the word, attach yourself to them and keep up to their pace, and before you know it, we're in Walwa. So I'm going to leave it here for a second, and I'll catch up with you. I'll start talking again just after I have my break here. So to be continued. So just stopped at Walwa for a bit of a break, and if it's one thing that is guaranteed in life, is the GoPro will shit itself again, and it just happens every time you want it to work. Guaranteed it's gonna F up. Guaranteed. Feel like throwing the bloody thing in the bin. Alright, so continuing on from Walwa, we're heading out towards Cancoban, and this is at the back of Walwa. They're heading towards Toowong and Cancoban, but the potholes have moved from potholes to being craters. Now, I can tell you, I haven't seen them that big in all my lifetime. Even third world countries, they got better roads than what's happening in our country, unfortunately. Nevertheless, this is one of the regular pit stops that we have, whether I'm driving or riding through at the Cancoban Servo. And here I'm just stretching the legs, getting some water into me before I head off. But I have to say, a big shout out to all the country towns that provide toilets and rest stops for travellers. It's such a blessing, you know. We underestimate it, or we undervalue it. I think it's great what these country towns do for travellers. It's such a blessing when you're doing a long trip, and you can stop at a safe, clean rest stop. And unlike the cities, where they're all vandalised and mistreated. So here we're coming up to the Murray Power Station in a second. That is coming up on the left, the part of the Snowy Hydro. It's a good photo stop. I've stopped there many times, and this year I'll do the same again, just a quick photo stop and stretch the legs again. By the way, I'm wearing leathers, which is probably not what I normally do. I just thought I'd stretch them in a bit and wear them for this trip. I didn't expect any rain, so I thought I'll give it a good run. But yeah, they were all right, but not as comfortable as a touring suit. Definitely won't be doing that again. Rain, hail or shine, a touring suit's much lighter and more comfortable when you're doing long trips. I couldn't even get my leg over the seat without trying 2 or 3 times. But anyway, beautiful rest stop. Well, I wouldn't say rest stop as such, but more of a good photo stop, and just for memory's sake. So back on the bike, no mucking around, and the next stop I'm going to do is way down the road, is at a little creek where I think it was Leather Barrel, I think it is. It's called like a little campsite and stop. But you'll see this week there was a heap of cyclists around. And mate, they were all over the road. Not all of them. Now, you'll see why people hate them in a second. And just silly on the road, just very, very silly. But I don't hate cyclists. I used to photograph them. My son was into it. But this clown here, this group here, I was almost about to slap him as I drove by. But anyway, coming up to the next rest stop, I had a chat to a Croatian man who works on the ships, who had pretty much docked in Sydney. He's an engineer on one of the ships, and he took 8 days to ride from Sydney to Melbourne. He hired a motorbike, and we had a good chat. I didn't put him on the video, but it was good chatting. Anyway, look, I'll continue on a bit later on. You'll see the little creek here and the rest stop, and moving right along. Whew. Look at beautiful water. Leather Barrel Creek. And look at that beautiful machine. Hey? Look at these new panniers. Rhino Walk. Timu. These have been fantastic. Bugs. Yeah, so giving them a bit of a shakedown, make sure they work all right, in case we need to go on longer trips in the future. But so far so good. Through the twisties, they've been all right. So yeah, bike's going good. So far so good, and I'm impressed. So back to Jindabyne. Good old Jindabyne. So you can certainly see why people use this road, or motorcyclists love this neck of the woods. The roads are fantastic. The scenery is just amazing. I don't think words or cameras can do it justice. Here I am passing Thredbo, obviously the ski resorts, but they're pretty busy with other people during the summer months, the warmer months. Normally you get quite a few people into hiking and mountain bike riding and all that. They've got some great tracks out this way. I don't know enough about it to comment, but certainly gets popular. But you can see the yellow lines on the road. This is where the snow country, so the roads are really good. Now we've descended down, just approaching Jindabyne. Now you can just see the man-made lake as we're coming into it. It's beautiful scenery. This part of the road actually at night is full of deer, so be very careful. Do not travel this land at night, this neck of the woods. Deer and roo are everywhere, so take care if you're visiting Australia, especially these parts. Now, here we are coming into Jindabyne, the town of Jindabyne, I should say, and you got the BP on the left here, the roundabout. I'm just about to pull into the bakery in just a second. Just past this roundabout, there's a shopping centre where Woolies is and all that. But as I pulled in there was all construction and obviously some sort of works. So I didn't get too much footage, but yeah, thankfully the Popo were there having a pie or something, and not on the road, catching speeding. Not that I'm speeding, but you know what I'm saying. And here it is. It's all a mess, actually, the shopping centre, but I'm sure when it's done, it'll be great. They have some good little eateries in there as well. The pie shop is, the bakery is fantastic in there. They've got some beautiful quiches. They've got a good variety and of food, and also I think there's a fish and chip shop there as well, quite nice. Now, I'm just going to park the bike there, jump in there and get my stuff before I check into the Banjo Patterson. So I've just checked into the hotel across the road at the Banjo Inn or Banjo Patterson, whatever it's called, and I've just taken a walk across the road just to have a look at the walk along the lake there and check out some of this. What would you call it? I don't know. This big ski lift and all this other, would you say, memorials or artwork. A lot of these are actually Irishmen, the memorials of Irishmen that had come over. And this is Strzelecki. I didn't know he was actually a Polish man, an explorer. So there's a lot of history up in the Snowies. I know that, look at this artwork, very well polished. And I know there was quite a few Europeans that had come out as well. So very interesting place, the old, I guess Jindabyne. Look at this memorial, obviously all the soldiers from that part of the world. Very sad when I see things like that, but they are a reminder. And we always seem to go back to the old wars. I hate it. Anyway, these are the strip of shops right next to the hotel where I'm staying, the Banjo, and this is a couple of pictures that I took. And this is my breakfast the next morning before I headed out. Bye-bye, Jindabyne. What's the time? 9:30. All right, 9:30 and we're out of here. Oh, look at the deer. Woo! The size of him. Did you see that? Straight out of Jindy. A big deer. Hey? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Jindabyne. Bit of off-road. Just what the doctor ordered. I always wanted to do a bit of adventure riding. Is that it? Good old Berrydale. Hey Siri. No, stupid thing. All right, so we're just coming onto the, I think it's the Snowy Highway, heading towards Jindabyne. But in case you're wondering why I sounded a bit different, is because I decided to put the old DJI mic in my helmet and try and do a bit of narration. But you know, with a big buff head like mine, the mic's right up against my mouth and my face, so not always the best sounding talk back, I guess. But nevertheless, I pulled into Jindabyne here and had a bit of water, a bit of a drink and whatnot. And funny enough, I didn't feel like, you know, what's the word, stopping. Normally I get a hamburger or something at that store at Jindabyne, and I've got to say the food there is fantastic. That little, you know, like you'd miss it. You blink and you miss it, but it's a great little shop. So so many people pull in here. There's a little rest stop, nice toilets again, like I said, nice seating area, and you know, you can get some nice food here as well. A lot of people pass through this area, and there's that well-known trout, that statue that's Jindabyne is known for. It's like a marker, I guess. I don't know. It's really attractive, actually. A really attractive little town. So when you're passing by, that little takeaway right behind me there, and also The restrooms are fantastic, especially when you're doing a long journey. Again, once again, God bless the people that do that sort of stuff for us, and we're very grateful. In case you never hear a thank you from the travellers that you probably never meet, I've got to say big thank you to all the country towns and all the people that make an effort for travellers. So here we go, back towards Albury, but we're heading towards, I guess, Tumbarumba, I believe, will be the next stop. And you know, everywhere I passed, like after this, I needed to stop for a rest stop, but it just, you know, I pulled in at Kyandra, or was going to stop at Kyandra, I should say, a snowy country, but there was caravans and motorbikes there, and I thought I kept going. But here the roads get a bit twistier again, a bit more fun, and you know, it gets a bit more exciting. Watch out for the birds and the wallabies and kangaroos and all that sort of stuff. The scenery, I'm going to say the scenery is just magnificent out here. Again, the old story, you know, cameras just don't do justice. So, you know, there's nothing, I guess you can't describe it until you experience it. So here I stopped for a bit of a pit stop, literally, and off I went. You know, that was a bit of a break in the, what's the word? You know what I'm trying to say. You have to do me business. Anyway, here we go down the Big Dipper, and the roads are getting twistier and a lot more sharper bends. You just got to be careful. Now, the biggest thing here that I even say is people do not, they just don't watch the road. I mean, not everyone, but you'll get people come around the corners all over the road. That's the biggest fear I have. But anyway, to be continued. We'll talk again a bit later. Ooh, bumpy. Oh, look at the rocks on the road. Oh, bumpy. Bumpy Humpty Dumpty. Steady as she goes, buddy. Ooh. And away we go. Only bad thing about this road, no lines on the road. So if someone comes around the corner, they're usually on the wrong side. And yeah, they don't really mark the corners that well, but you know, this one's well marked, so that means danger, Will Smith. Go out a little bit, and Bob's your uncle. Look at that beautiful creek, don't look too long, and away we go. Another 45er. 45, nice and smooth, nothing too drastic. Put the helmet down. 55. What beautiful weather, not too hot, not that cold, no rain. What a beautiful couple of days I've had. What a blessing. Oh mate, did you see that pile? That what a blessing, what a beautiful time away. And I'm wrapped because I don't know if this is recording clearly, but what do you call them again? The saddlebags, panniers, those rhino walk ones. I'm wrapped. Because for this model, everyone had to buy those shad ones, you know, the plastic polycarbonate. I mean, I'm sure they're good, the hard ones, but as soon as you get a hard one, chances are you're going to drop the bike and scrape them or destroy them. Whereas these soft ones, what can you do to them? Nothing. If worst comes to worst, you just buy another one. They're only less than $200 for the pair, and they fit heaps of stuff, and
they're sitting on the bike really well. And in fact, funny enough, well, what's this guy doing? Slowing down. Funny enough, the bike seems to handle better with all my luggage, you know, on panniers. I normally travel with a big bag behind me, those big waterproof bags, which are great. You can fit everything. You can fit the kitchen sink in them, but because they're sitting up higher, you know, you can. Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice at the time, but I really noticed the bike seems planted on the road a lot better, having all the weight near the rear axle, if that makes sense. It just feels more planted. And because I've got the weight, I actually put extra stuff in the bags, stuff I didn't need, just to test them. And I'm finding that it just seems more planted on the sugar on the road. And that was fresh tar. I don't want fresh tar on my bike, on my tyres, yuck. And yeah, so over the bumps and all that, it seems to like act like, I don't know, like levels it out, if that makes sense, like steadies it. So all the jokes aside, I'm very impressed for you know, these. I mean, the quality, I was going to say budget, but the quality is it's amazing. They're really well put together, well thought out, and yeah, they work well, work really well. So the reason I actually did that was I want to do a longer trip with this bike, with this Chinese CF Moto. I wonder what they, you know, it's funny, the Chinese always have a CST tires, CF Moto. This guy thinks he's driving his sports car. Thank you very much, son. Here they are, Paddy's Rivers Flats. Yeah, something's flapping around here.
Alright, so Tumbarumba, beautiful little country town, and not far from home now. We're getting closer, but now's a good time to thank everyone who gave me feedback on my previous video about whether I actually continue the channel. I just want to say a big shout out and a big thank you for constructive criticism and some encouragement as well. Some of the people gave some encouragement, you know, and it means a lot to me. I don't take it lightly because, you know, it really, you know, really motivates you really, because, you know, I've certainly decided I'm not going to close my channel. I do love making videos, and I do make a lot of other stuff as well, but certainly won't be putting up anything just happy slap again. I'll probably post less, and you know, it's post less and think more about it before I actually put it on online here. So you can see the microphone stuck in my face there. So please forgive me if I spoke too much on the parts that I wasn't doing a voiceover. Now I'm heading down to Jindabyne, of course, and again, nice little toilet stop, and then back to back home. But yeah, really big thank you for the for people taking the time to, you know, putting some real feedback, you know, to me, because this is just a channel that I just set up only just over a year ago, and you know, because I just got back into riding bikes. Now here on the River Road where the fires were again, look at it, the devastation from you know, I guess coming on the other opposite direction. I look at this and I think there's no words to, you know, comprehend what the people who you know, lost their land and their sheep and all the rest, and other livestock. You know, heart goes out to them. But and also the firefighters did an amazing job. I tell you, I was there. I actually recorded some of that. It was just incredible. Now, once I get to Bathanga Bridge, the nearly a kilometre of bridge there, just under a kilometre. You know, you just cross into Albury, into New South Wales, and that's pretty much the end of it for me. Back home, there's no need for me to take you to my driveway. I want to say I just was very grateful, very blessed that people do watch me videos, and yeah, I will keep going, and I will make a few, and I will be less is more. God bless, and I hope to see you on the next one. I almost forgot, guys. I'm so sorry. You know, I just want to give a big shout out to my CF Moto 700 MT. Did a great job, and I tell you, didn't miss a beat. This bike is so underrated, it's not funny. So I just want to thank God for this this nice machine that I have, and I'm impressed. And I've ridden Jap bikes all my life, and this is no different. No issue. No issue whatsoever. So it's going good. I'll have to probably do an updated review, I guess, coming on to the third year, but it was great. And you know, I always give thanks to God, because He watches over you when you pray and ask for His protection and His travelling mercies. I just want to say a big thank you to the Lord for watching over me. Once again, guys, God bless. Have a great day. See you on the road.